Bortle here from LCS Pasadena. My goodness, from the online format, we have here top 8 contestant with Subterrors. Guru Control, man, my goodness. And it's crazy because control type decks are just ridiculous right now because people aren't expecting it. So please introduce yourself to the channel, man.
I'm Jonathan Pabon, and I play Subterror on the LCS.
Nice, nice. So overall, how was this tournament for you, man?
Well, a lot of Eldish, a lot of Rocky deck. It was fun. It was a little bit interesting. This is my first online tournament of this magnitude. Uh, it was different, and it was fun. I mean, compared with the times that we got right now with the virus and all that, it was pretty good.
That's true. That's true. And wow, I can't believe you topped your first online tournament, and it was actually one of the biggest ones yet. Over 300 players.
Yeah, it was pretty long. It was 2 days long. It was long.
Well, hopefully you had a fun experience and you got that sweet payout for top eight.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
Nice. Before we get into your actual deck profile, would you like to do some shoutouts?
Yeah, I would like to do some shout outs to Luxury Gaming for hosting the tournament. It ran pretty smooth. I had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to LCS 4. I also want to do a shout out to Team Ape, shout out to Team X3, and Angry Comics in North Carolina, Fayetteville.
Very nice, very nice. Well, without further ado, please take it away.
All right, so I'm gonna start with the only hand trap that I was playing in the deck, Ash. The reason why I'm not running 12, 15 hand traps like other esoteric decks is I don't think hand traps do enough. You have to have a certain combination in your hand to actually stop your opponent, especially the Eldest Synchro decks or the Rock deck, which is kind of impossible sometimes to fucking stop it with the Block Dragon that keeps standing and standing over and over again. After that, we got the best hand trap in the deck, I guess. Findes, she do it all for the deck. She revive, she engage, she do everything.
Nice.
We got the three guru, two archers. So a little bit different from my deck profile from other deck profiles is that I don't run Uminatrix. I personally think he's a brick. I prefer to see a normal summon monster that I can actually summon and keep my Findus alive. On top of that, Archer always get me to Guru. Guru keep the engine going. Uh, Moving to the spells, Book and Moon is something that I wanted to try for this tournament. I personally think Book and Moon it was great. It was amazing in this tournament, especially because you can always bait out the Savage negate or the Herald negate. If you lose dice roll, uh, I can also get a little bit of more benefit since my deck is flip flop. I can use it for my own monsters.
Oh, that's true.
Pokemon definitely. I personally think people should start playing a little bit more. It's a little bit underrated. Definitely a good card. It overperformed in this tournament.
Is there a reason why you didn't
Um,
want to run 3 copies of it?
so it's kind of a little bit bricky. I mean, the deck lack a little bit of consistency when it comes to like running multiple copies of cards. I wanted to see it, but I really didn't want it to see it too much. So it was more for like when I was going second. Uh, but yeah, that was kind of the reason why I only run two. Moving on I run three different field spells: Hidden City, Mystic Mine, and Necro Valley. The reason why I run Mystic Mine and Necro Valley is because I run set rotation. Necro Valley is an amazing card. It completely shut down Eldish. Uh, if you go first, you can activate your Hidden City, do all that. If you open with it, you pretty much slap Necro Valley, and they look at you like, damn, he's really playing Necro Valley in that deck. Kind of funny. If you go second, you open Mystic Mine, you got it. I like to run two different targets because if you open one, then you already got one in the deck, so you don't break with set rotation. Then moving to draw spells is Duality, Extravagance, that's pretty standard. I don't run three Dualities because I feel like it's too bricky running three. Set rotation for more consistency. Another tech that people don't agree too much, at least in the esoteric community, is K-Clash. Some people like it, some people don't. I like to grind a lot. Like my deck is built to outgrind pretty much any deck, and K Clash keep helping me recycle fitness, especially. Top of that, that always the you got a effect to increase the attack of the Subterrors if you got monsters face down. That also comes handy from time to time, also to finish the games. Then
Nice.
we got terraforming and Hidden City, the mother of all the field spells in this deck. Moving to the track cards, we got Crackdown. Crackdown is kind of like a flexible spot. I was trying it for this tournament. I was between Crackdown or Compulsory. Crackdown is good in game one. After game one, game two, and three, I completely sided out because of Lightning Storm. Everybody got Lightning Storm in the deck, so I
Yeah.
completely sided out. Then another flood. Here goes with the floodgates. Ghost and Match. It was one of the floodgates that I decided to run. This deck got no problem running it whatsoever, and it does hurt the rock deck because once you flip Ghost and Match against them, and they look at you like, okay, my monsters are Earth, but then when they start trying to go into their extra deck, they're like, oh, damn, all my extra deck monsters are different attributes, so it's kind of like a problematic for them. And against Eldish, it's all right. It's shut down the synchro portion of them completely, so it's kind of like if you activate in the right situation, once like if they do Needle Fiber, you're good to go. You shut them down from the Eldish portion also. Metaverse, because clearly Mystic Mind, Necro Valley, and Hidden City. The Judgment, that I only play Judgment because you can always activate a Judgment. You cannot always activate a Strike or a Warning. I personally don't think Warning is good. Strike is good, but in testing, there were some times where I will end up into a point in my life points that I wouldn't be able to pay the cost for Strike. So Judgment, you can always activate Judgment.
That's true, and we
not.
have those blowout cards like Lightning Storm and Evenly Match still out there. So
Yeah, I mean, I already got Fiendless. That is a natural opening gate for the deck, and Judgment is a pretty good combination. I got 3 final battles. Some people run it at 2. I run it at 3. I want to see it. It's amazing card. Got 4 different effects. That card is completely busted. If you don't get rid of final battle, let me tell you that you're in a tough position against a group player.
my goodness.
And then the best non-Subterror card of the deck, there can only be one. Everybody struggle against this card. Eldish, completely shut it down. You play against the Rock deck, completely shut it down. Like Dino, it doesn't matter. Like any deck struggles again, there can only be one. I guess Striker is running back again in the meta eventually.
Oh yeah.
But even Sky Striker, I mean, they play around that a little bit, but you know, they have to play around my deck can only be one, not theirs.
What was the deck that took you out in top 8?
Eldritch, it was Eldritch Synchro. It was the he won Nash 3 times over there in Europe. Hernan, I believe his name is.
Oh wow. So
Yeah,
so was it like dice roll that determined the fate, or?
No, so the only well, I lost 3 times against the Eldritch Synchro, and 2 in Twist and 1 in Top Cut. It was Imperial Order. I don't have a natural owl in my deck for Imperial Order. They
Dang,
went
that
first.
one of.
Yeah, they both opened it, and then I was
Oh
like, okay, I
man.
mean, if you got it, you got it. I mean, I cannot do anything about it. That, and he also outed Token Collector because he already had a land in hand to get lore and use the effect of lore to pop Token Collector. So he continued comboing off after that. But yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah. Speaking of token collector, I guess you can go with your side deck right now.
Oh yeah. So side deck, another card that we perform a lot, Token Collector. This card is amazing. One of my hardest matchup is actually Dino, because they activate Lost World, and once they got a token on my side of the field, if I don't get rid of the token, I cannot target the Dinos to booking them face down, etc., etc.
Oh man.
I can also use Phoenix because I cannot target my own Guru. So Dino's a little bit problematic for me, but with Token Collector, I always side this thing in. I play against 2 Dinos in the tournament, and both of them struggle with Token Collector. They didn't do too much, and then they can only be one to most of the rest of the game. Token Collector definitely a good card for this meta. We'll see for the ban list to see what if we got a ban list coming up in June. But for right now, Token Collector definitely should be in the side deck for everybody right now. Lightning Storm, staple in the side deck. Card that I did not use whatsoever. I put it there specifically for Orcus. I was expecting a little bit of more maybe Orcus. People trying out a little bit of Orcus. It was Super Poly. I did not use it at all. I didn't side it with not a single game. Actually, I did side it once for the mirror match. for Mud Dragon, I guess. But other than that, didn't use it whatsoever. Probably gonna remove it in the future. Another good card, Red Lotus, amazing card. Every time that I resolve Red Lotus, that information they give you from your opponent's hand, amazing. Plus, on top of that, you snap one of their cards from their hand. Usually, when I resolve Red Lotus, uh, I win. And also, they replace Crackdown game 3 if I win that roll game 1.
Oh, nice. That's an
Uh,
easy swap right there.
oh, yeah. Then evenly match another staple on the side deck, and then for cheesy wins,
Oh man.
Awaken the Dragon.
So
Hey
that's
man,
actually really really nice. Unless they like evenly you.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people, some of them are mainly Lightning Storm, some of them are not. Uh, Waking the Dragon is something that I don't know. I just put it there to try it out. I'm not a big fan of the card, but it worked out. Give me one game, I guess.
Oh, nice.
and then and then in the extra deck, we just pretty much super poly targets. We got the Drago Necro. He was alright. I mean, if I would have put Super Poly against Eldritch, I guess in theory it would have been good. But I mean, I never used Super Poly, so. And then Mud Dragon for the mirror match was pretty good. It did what it needed to do. Starving Venom was for Orcus. Then you got the Waking the Dragon target, Last Warrior. And then we got one of, I guess, the most used cards on my extra deck, Ausa. So everybody's using Earth monsters everywhere, and I can take advantage of that. I usually steal their monsters. On top of that, I can, if they destroy Ausa, I can search for Archer or Fiendus if I need to, which is kind of helped me a little bit. Yeah, it was pretty good, like the card. Then for Dinos, I got Linkuribo. Again, if I don't get rid of the token, I kind of lose. And then Anima, nobody spec this card ever. They tend to put the monster in front of the extra monster zone. Some people play around it, some people don't. But it's always a monster deck, just, for utility. But other than that, that's pretty much the deck.
Nice. Did you regret not using a stronger Link monster in case you took something really decent with Crackdown?
Yes, I do regret it. And now that I actually went to the tournament, see a little bit more of the Eternity Cold cards, definitely Asset Stalker is going to go in the extra deck for sure. That's a change that I already talked with my teammates, and he's going to go in the extra deck. And then Celine, I'm thinking about it, putting it in the extra deck too.
Nice, man. Well, any final thoughts?
Can't wait for banlist on June if there's gonna be one. If not, then I mean I can still enjoy this free wins, I guess.
Nice. Well, yeah, again, if there is going to be a ban list, it's definitely going to just be for the online format for now.
Yeah, I actually hope they do it. It will refresh a little bit the format, and Konami will have a little bit of consideration of people that we're still practicing little by little.
Yeah, that's right. Well, listeners, if you're not a part of Bortle Nation, make sure to sub for Bortle. It's that easy and it's free. Oh God, yes. And thank you for joining us today, man. And congrats on top 8.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you to you too.